Hi, ladies and gentlemen, fellow traders. Welcome to another episode of Weekly Forex Outlook with Chart Engineering Pro. We really appreciate you for taking the time to watch this video, and we don't take you for granted at all. If you are yet to subscribe to this channel, or you are new on this channel, kindly hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on any content we post here. Then also, if you find value with what we share here, be sure to like, drop a comment, share your views, and share this video to your fellow traders or anyone who would find this information useful. So without wasting much time, let's have a quick recap of last week's setups discussed in our previous video before we dive into next week's analysis. So from last week or 2 weeks ago, we had this gold setup where we were able to catch this buy to complete this butterfly pattern or deep crab pattern. So last week we were expecting price to give us a pullback to this area of interest so we could get another entry, but price was a few pips shy away from our area of interest, so we couldn't jump into every entry for this trade. And as we can see, price has already hit the first TP and is also heading for the second TP, which is our butterfly pattern PRZ. So for the coming week, we'll be looking forward to buying opportunities to continue the buys to the upside. So this is for gold. Last week we had this setup also on GBPJPY. Price pulled back to our area of interest and gave us a selling confirmation. But upon taking this trade, we were wicked out on this trade. We were wicked out on our first position. We were wicked out here. So we later took a second position or somewhere around here. And then we are currently in this trade. So we'll keep holding to our TP. We had this setup also for German 30 from last week, and we were expecting price to pull back, retest this structural zone, and give us a buying confirmation. So we had this strong 4-hour bullish engulfing candle, which we took our trade from, and price went into profit slightly and then crashed down to hit SL. So this was a loss on German 30 from last week. So let's dive into the business for next week. So we have our economic calendar for the coming week, and on Monday there's a Labor Day in US and then Canada. So there's going to be a bank holiday on Monday for the USD and the CAD. And on Tuesday there's ISM manufacturing PMI. On Wednesday we have GDP for AUD, and then the Bank of Australia's governor will also speak. On same Wednesday, there's JOLTS with job openings, and then on Thursday we have CHF CPI, and for USD we have ADP non-farm employment change and then ISM services PMI. And on Friday, as we all know, it's an NFP week, so Friday we have NFP for USD, and CAD2 also has its own employment rate and employment change news also happening at the same time on Friday. So if you are trading any of these pairs, you have to take caution with any of these pairs which has its fundamentals released in the coming week. So let's jump into the charts. This is DXY. So DXY has also returned to its original position as of last week and last 2 weeks. So price has dropped back to the area of interest we had from the previous weeks. So for the coming week, we'll still be looking at the same thing. Should price give us any reversal here to buy to the upside and retest the zone, we're looking forward to the buys to the upside. Or should price break below this zone and give us a retest, we're looking forward to a continuation to sell to the downside. So it's currently neutral, but some of the pairs have already chosen their direction, so we're going to look at those pairs as well for the coming week. We had a setup for the Japanese yen index or the JPY basket. Price has been consolidating for a very long time, so we are still holding on to this buy bias for the JPY. So we'll still be expecting to see some sales for the XXX JPY pairs for the coming week. So we have Euro USD. This is Euro USD on a daily time frame. Euro USD is also still neutral. So we're looking forward to a breakout of this zone, give us a retest and continue the buy to the upside, or we'll wait for price to break below this structural low, this daily structural low. So we'll look forward to a daily candle closure below this zone, below the structural low, to give us a confirmation of the sell from this area of interest. So Euro USD is still neutral as we speak. So we move to GBP USD. So as of last week, we're expecting price to give us a higher low to give us a continuation to the upside. So let me drop to 4-hour time frame. Let me shift this from here. So we had this pullback into our area of interest once again, and we're expecting price to shift and take us to the upside. We had a 4-hour structural shift here, and we're expecting a pullback into this zone, and price fortunately pulled back into the zone, but gave us our bullish confirmation at the closing hours of the week. And we had a strong bullish engulfing candle, which is giving us a confirmation for buys for GBP USD. So for the coming week, we'll be expecting a higher low formation, a higher low to any of these areas, or maybe a double bottom, or whichever way. We're going to look forward to a higher low and get a buying confirmation to buy to the upside, to target the previous targets we had from the previous week. So I'm very bullish on GBP USD for now. We have USDCHF. For USDCHF, we're expecting price to pull back. As of last week, we're expecting price to pull back to this area of interest. Luckily, price pulled back to that area of interest, give us a 4-hour structural shift. Move this to the side. Give us a 4-hour structural shift over here. It gave us another pullback, and upon the pullback, we had this strong bearish engulfing candle for which we took our selling trade on. So we are currently in this trade for USDCHF, and if you look at it in another way, you can see it's more like a head and shoulder formation over here. You can see we have a left shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. And so we're anticipating that price was going to pull back to this area, to give us another selling opportunity. But price didn't pull back. So for the coming week, we're looking forward to a possible pullback to any of these areas, anywhere around here, and look forward to a selling opportunity or selling confirmations to continue the sell to the downside to target our previous target that we had from the previous week. So I'm very bearish on USDCHF for now. So this can only be invalidated, as I said from the previous episodes, if price breaks these highs or these structural highs and gives us a retest and goes to the upside. So that's the only way USDCHF will be considered bullish for now. So we have here Nzdjpy, and Nzdjpy is very bearish at the moment. So for the coming week, we'll be looking forward to a pullback to this zone and look for selling opportunities to the downside, or a pullback to this second zone where this line is and look for selling confirmations to the downside. So I'm very bearish on Nzdjpy considering the JPY index setup. We also have GBPCAD, and GBPCAD is forming something like a butterfly pattern. So currently prices are the first area of interest where we're looking forward to buy from. So for the coming week, if we get any reversal pattern around this zone, any reversal pattern here, a double bottom and head and shoulder, and gives us a confirmation, we can buy from here. And then if it doesn't buy from there and it drops to this second zone, we're looking forward to these reversal patterns or buying confirmations from this second zone to buy to the upside. This is the formation we are looking at. This is possible butterfly pattern we are looking forward to. So this is our X, this is our A, this is our B. So we are looking forward to the completion of our C leg, which can happen in any of the two zones. So I'll place it somewhere around here. And then our D is up here. So our butterfly pattern, this is the butterfly pattern we are looking forward to for the coming week. So all we need to do is allow price to do its own thing, give us confirmations in any of these two zones, and we jump into the buys to the upside. The only way this pattern will shift bearish is if price gives us a weekly candle closure below the structural low and then gives us a retest to the downside. That's the only way we can consider this pair bearish. We also have EURCAD. So EURCAD is also currently in its first area of interest. So we're looking forward to confirmations from this zone. Confirmation from this zone, then we'll continue the buy to the upside, or we'll wait for a possible drop to the second zone. So possible drop to the second zone to give us a buying opportunity to the upside. So I'm also extremely bullish on EURCAD as well. To the next, we have GBPNZD. So GBPNZD is currently very bullish, both weekly and on daily perspective. So we are expecting price to pull back to any of these zones, or preferably this first zone, and give us buying opportunities to the upside. Target this one as our first target, and then our second target will be here. And we have our third target, possible third targets at the top. So these are the various targets we are looking forward to for GBPNZD. Should price also break way lower to this second zone, we'll still be looking forward to buying opportunities to the upside. So I'm also very bullish on GBPNZD. We have here GBPAUD, which also is in its first area of interest, where we can also be seeing our buys coming from. So for the coming week, we'll be looking forward to a reversal pattern within this zone. If we get a reversal pattern within this zone or a buying confirmation within this zone, we are going to buy from this zone or expect price to drop a bit further below, and then we look for buying opportunities from this side to the upside. So this is our first target, and this is our second target at the top. So I'm very bullish on GBPAUD. This can only be bearish if price breaks below this structural low, breaks below the structural low with a weekly candle. Then we can consider this pair bearish. We also have GBPCHF here, which is also very bearish. So GBPCHF, which is also very bearish. So for the coming week, we are looking forward to a possible reversal pattern within this zone. Double top, head and shoulder, whatever pattern that will give us a selling confirmation within this zone. Then we sell to this TP. It can only be invalidated and price will shift bullish if price breaks above this structural high and gives us a retest and continues upside. So I'm very bearish on GBPCHF. We also have CADCHF, and CADCHF, as we can see, is currently approaching a selling area of interest. It's approaching an area of interest where we'll be interested in sales. So if price gives us any reversal pattern, it has already retested the zone, but if should price pull back or give us any reversal patterns around this side, we'll be looking forward to sell to the downside. That's for CADCHF. So I'm very bearish on CADCHF as well. We also had this setup from last week, AUDCHF, and price is also currently in its area of interest, and we are looking forward to a reversal pattern within this zone to give us the selling opportunities to the downside. So we are very bearish on AUDCHF. So the second approach is we can wait for price to break this daily structural low, Sorry, looking forward to price. We're looking for price to break this structural low, daily structural low, and give us a retest to form something like a head and shoulder, and look for selling opportunities to the downside. So these are the two scenarios we have for AUDCHF. So this is the setup we have for gold. This is gold. So for the coming week, for our buying continuations, we're looking forward to a possible pullback to this zone and get buying opportunities to the upside. This will be our first target, and our second target, which is the possible all-time high that we'll be looking forward to. Or should price pull back to this second zone, we're looking forward to buying opportunities from this side to continue the buys to the upside. So I'm very bullish, extremely bullish on gold as well for the coming week. So this is silver. We have silver, and silver is also extremely bullish. So for the coming week, I'm looking forward to a possible pullback to this area of interest, get buying confirmations and buy to the upside to our target, which is $41.579 for silver. So I'm very bullish on silver as well. So this is UK oil or Brent crude oil. We had this setup from the previous weeks, and price finally made its way to the area of interest and give us this strong bearish engulfing candle. But we are not very satisfied with this confirmation, so we expect price to give us more. We are expecting price to develop some more to give us some clarity, whether it's going to come all the way up here and give us something like a double top formation and sell to the downside, or give us a possible head and shoulder formation within this zone. So we are still holding on to this sell bias for Brent crude oil. Price can only be bullish if it breaks above this zone and goes to the upside, but we are very bearish on Brent crude oil for the coming week. So we just allow price to develop some more so we can get some clarity to sell to the downside. We have S&P 500. S&P 500, this setup we had it from last week, so we're still going to look forward to the same setup. We're expecting price to pull back to this zone, give us bullish confirmations to buy to the upside, or pull back to this second zone as well and give us bullish confirmations to the upside. We are very bullish on the S&P 500. Price can only shift bearish if it breaks, if it clears this low with a weekly candle and gives us a selling confirmation to the downside. So I'm still very bullish on S&P 500 for the coming week. We also have US 30. This setup was from last week also. So should price pull back to any of these two zones, we're looking forward to buying opportunities to upside. So I'm very bullish also on the US 30 Dow Jones. Then we had US 2000. This setup is from last week, and price just tipped the area of interest and then just started going bullish. But for the coming week, if we are fortunate to get price pull back to any of these two zones, we'll still be looking forward to our buying opportunities to the upside to the ultimate target at 2,440.7. So we are still bullish on the US 2000 or Russell 2000. Then we have our last index, or our last pair. No, it's not even a pair, it's an index. So the Japanese yen index, no, sorry, the Japanese JPY225 index or the NIKKEI225 index. So this is currently forming some like a head and shoulder formation. So this is our left shoulder. This is our, oops, sorry. We have our left shoulder, the head, the right shoulder is here. We're looking forward to a sell. So for the coming week, we are expecting price to give us a pullback to this zone or anywhere around here, get selling confirmations and sell to this first zone. So we are very bearish on GBPN225 or the NIKKEI225. Thank you for staying through to the end of this video. I really appreciate you for your time. I also like to encourage you to apply proper risk management to your trades and trade with caution and be safe. I wish you a fruitful and a profitable week ahead. Stay blessed and take care of yourself. I'll catch you on another episode. Thank you.